Thank you, Madam Speaker. The Rules Committee met and reported a rule, House Resolution 1361, providing for consideration of Senate Bill 1098, the Joint Consolidation Loan Separation Act, under a closed rule. The rule provides 1 hour of debate equally divided and controlled by the chair and ranking minority member of the Committee on Education and Labor, as well as one motion to commit. Finally, the rule provides the majority leader or his designee the ability to en bloc requested roll call votes on suspension bills considered on September 19th to September 22nd. This authority lasts through September 22nd, 2022. Madam Speaker, I'm pleased we're here today to provide consideration of the Joint Consolidated Loan Separation Act, led by my colleagues, Senator Mark Warner of Virginia and Representative David Price of North Carolina. From 1993 to 2006, the Department of Education allowed married couples to consolidate their student loans for a lower interest rate through the Joint Consolidation Loan Program, requiring participating borrowers to be jointly liable for repayment of their loans. Congress ended the program in 2006, but Congress never provided a way for borrowers to disentangle the joint debt. Across the country, there are borrowers who remain liable for their former spouse's debt, even in cases of domestic violence. Today, we have an opportunity to address this problem and help borrowers regain their financial independence. The Joint Consolidation Loan Separation Act allows borrowers to apply to the Department of Education to split their consolidated loan into two separate federal direct loans. Borrowers can submit either a joint application or an individual application in the case of domestic violence, economic abuse, or inability to reach a former spouse. The joint consolidation loan remainder would be split proportionally based on the percentages that each borrower originally brought into the loan. The two new federal direct loans would have the same interest rates as the joint consolidation loan. Additionally, the bill would enable borrowers to regain access to student loan relief programs, such as the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program and income-driven repayment programs for which they were previously ineligible due to their joint consolidation loans. Like many of my colleagues, I have heard from constituents who have joint consolidated loans with their former spouses. Some of those constituents expressed frustration that due to having a joint loan, they become ineligible to apply for other student loan relief programs, even though they are no longer with their spouse, and they are carrying the burden of the joint loan. Constituents also entrusted me with their personal stories of domestic abuse and how these joint consolidated loans won't allow them to get away from their abusive former spouses. Just a few weeks ago, a constituent from Wheat Ridge, Colorado, reached out to my office. It's been nearly 17 years since her separation from her abusive spouse. Following her divorce, not only did she and her family continue to receive harassment from this individual, but she was left with the financial burden of paying the entire loan balance because her former spouse refused to pay his share. All she wanted was a fresh start. So she moved to Colorado, but her joint consolidated loan with her former spouse continues to loom over her. She is not asking for her loans to be forgiven. She is simply asking to be finally freed from this abusive relationship by passing this Joint Consolidation Loan Separation Act. I want to thank her and all the other individuals who've come forward to share how this loan program that ended nearly 2 decades ago continues to affect their daily lives. I commend Representative Price, Senator Warner, and all my colleagues for their work on this bill. I urge all my colleagues to support the rule and the bill. And Madam Speaker, I reserve the balance of my time.